Hello and welcome to another video of mine. This is a different kind of video. I thought maybe you would like to get a little bit of an insight into my collection. I am doing the One Brand Focus project plan where you can always see different products from one particular brand each month. But I thought maybe it would be interesting kind of to do an inventory in a way. But I have quite a bit of makeup and therefore it would be so long and so much work to show you all of the items. So I thought I'm going to split them. I'm just gonna do it category by category, and in the end maybe I can put all of these videos together in one long inventory video. I hope you like this idea of me showing you a little bit of my makeup collection, or not a little bit, my makeup collection overall. And yeah, today I want to start with powders that I currently do own. And yeah, let's head right into the video. And before I start, I wanted to mention that I do powder my face every time I do my makeup. So I do use, and I did use powder for years and years now. I just think it makes my makeup last longer and it keeps me from getting oily throughout the day. And I really enjoy using powder. That's just something I wanted to mention before we head into this. And then obviously, I know I do have a lot of powders. In, I think, 2022, I was down to 2 or 3 powders. And I noticed that every time that I'm down with a product category, I am feeling like I'm able to purchase from that category again. So I was looking for a new powder, and in the end, I ended up with, I don't know, 10 more powders or so. So I noticed that I have that issue. I didn't only do that with powder, but I also did it with eyeliners. And yeah, anyway, that's getting too long of an intro. I am starting with this one. This is the Loose Matte Mineral Powder by Santé, and this technically is already used up. I have a powder in here that is a mixture of quite a few different powders of my collection because of this powder right here. This is the Nude by Nature Radiant Loose Powder Foundation, and also I'm including foundations in here, or powder foundations in here, because I always use them just as regular powder. Anyway, this is one of my favorite loose powders, and therefore I thought I am going to purchase this shade W2 Ivory, and I did purchase this online, and this is way too dark for me. So therefore I started just using a teeny tiny bit of this one, put it in here, and then mixing with all different other powders together to get a color that actually matches me. But I am tired of doing that. I have this one in the right shade, which is the translucent shade, and I am going to declutter this one, but I can show you just in comparison. I hope you can see it. The two different colors. I did put a hole in the sifter in it to get a product out easier, but this is the shade of the one that's way too dark for me. It doesn't even look as orange as it is on camera than it is naturally, but maybe if I put this one next to it, you can see how orange this is compared to this one. This is the mixed up shade that works perfectly fine for me, and that's kind of my perfect shade, I guess. And you can see this is so orange on me. I also thought using this as a loose bronzer, but this is even too orange to use it as a bronzer for me. So yeah, after years trying making this work, I am deciding to get rid of it. And also because I always mixed my own powders now, and I am using up different powders like that, and I have no clue how I feel about those powders because I always mix them. So I would not know whether I want to repurchase them on their own. So yeah, I am getting rid of this one. So staying with loose powders and staying with the Nude by Nature powder, this again is the one I just mentioned. This is the the translucent loose finishing powder. And again, this is the one I absolutely love. And that's a shade I can wear. I'm going to open it behind the camera. And I think you can clearly see this is way, way lighter. And it's not stark white, which I absolutely prefer. I don't really enjoy white powders. So yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite powders. A loose powder that's white, but I actually really do enjoy, is this one by Seattle London, and that's the Everyday Vacay powder. And this is a setting powder. I really, really love this as well. This one I already thought about repurchasing because I think Seattle London had minus 40% on their homepage. But again, this is a UK brand, so I don't know what I have to expect ordering from the Seattle London site because I don't know if the customs are included already or not. And in any other site, like any other homepages that have Seattle London, they don't have this powder anymore on there. So yeah, I don't have a backup of this one, but I really, really enjoy this. And if this is an empty, I probably will try and purchase it actually. And wait, I'm going to open, maybe it's interesting for you to see. Yeah, that's a white powder. I want to keep going with my loose powders. I have two powders that I got throughout some boxes. This one I got, I think, in a glossy box, and this one a friend of mine got in one other box. Maybe it was the glossy box as well, I don't know. And then they gifted it to me because they didn't want to use it. I am using these both currently to mix in with my Santé powder, and I don't know how I feel about them using them on their own. I just know this one. This is the Lily Lolo translucent silk finishing powder. I know this one has a little bit of luminosity to it. It doesn't have sparkles or so, but it has a slight sheen to it, which I really enjoy mixing it into a different powder. I don't know how I would feel about using this on its own. And I don't think swatching them out would do anything because I don't think my camera would pick up on the differences. But yeah, this is a little bit more gray toned than my other powders. And again, this has a little bit of a sheen to it. Maybe if I put something on my finger, wait, maybe like this. Are you able to see that there's a sheen? I think you're seeing that it's not a matte powder like this. So yeah, I don't know if this would be too much for me using it on its own, but mixing it into other powders, it's really great. So that was the Lily Lolo one. And then this Seoul Clean, or I don't know how you actually pronounce this brand. This powder is the Probiotics Loose Mineral Powder. And this, I just used up another one. And this is the second one. I just opened it to mix it in with this powder again. I like it to mix it because it's very, very light. It's also white or translucent, as you would say. So yeah, this really helped to lighten up the Nude by Nature orange leaning one. And yeah, I want to use it on its own because again, I don't know if I will enjoy it on its own because I normally don't tend to enjoy white powders, as I mentioned, but we will see. Currently, I am working on my own mixture though, because I want to finish this one up before starting using all the other ones. Just as a little information. Next up, I have again two powders that I currently do have open, two loose powders and two powders that I only used with mixing. The first one is the Sleek Makeup Face Form Baking and Setting Powder, and this one is again one that's way too dark for me. It's not as dark as the Nude by Nature one, and it's not as orange. It's a little bit more yellow toned. So I think I am going to keep this, and then after maybe trying this out on their own, start again and mixing it together to lighten it up a bit for me to be able to use it. And this one potentially, if I'm tanned in the summertime, maybe this will actually work. I don't remember if I tried it during the summertime, but I know I tried it on its own and it was way too dark for me. And then we have this one. This is the KVD Lock It Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. Again, this is a little bit more of a yellow toned one, which I really enjoy because again, I don't like these white powders. I only have this open because I mixed it to get the orange tone out of the mixture. This was very nice because it's very yellow, and it really helped for me to get the orange out of this in combination with this little bit gray toned one. It worked out perfectly to balance the color out. So I never ever tried this on its own, but also this is a newer one. I think I purchased this last year. So yeah, it's not an old powder yet in my collection. Then I do have 4 more loose powders, and then that's it for my loose powders. The first one is this one by Tarte Cosmetics, and this is the Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. This is again a white powder, and I mean probably the shade Translucent, and I never opened this before. This is brand new and I haven't tried this one out yet. Same goes with the Visi Art Setting Powder, and this again is a white one. Yeah, it's a white one. I didn't try this one out yet either. Then this Hourglass Whale Translucent Setting Powder. I don't know why I pronounce it like that. This is not a white one. This looks like a more yellow leaning one. I again did not open this one yet because I think I want to go through at least 2 of these before starting opening new ones. And then I have the Sydney Grace Translucent Powder. And again, this is a white one. Or it does look white, maybe even a little bit grayish. I don't know. I guess it's white. So yeah, that's it for my loose powders. Let's head into my pressed powders. For pressed powder, I have this one. This is the Manhattan Clear Face Compact Powder in the shade Vanilla. And this is one I used since high school for years and years and years. I really, really do enjoy this. This works perfectly fine for my skin tone during the winter time. And then I think 76 Cent is the next darker shade, which works perfectly fine for me during the summertime. And I normally always had one of each in my collection, but because I have currently so many powders, I didn't end up repurchasing this powder. This is also, I think, the oldest one, so I want to focus on this one this year to use it up. And then probably when I'm a little bit, when I have downsized my powders a little bit, I'm going to go back and purchase another one of these as well, because I really enjoy this. These work so fine, and this also holds up so long during the day. It's amazing. One item that I kind of count as a powder is this light side of the Wet n White contour palette. A white side? It's not white. The light side. Did I say white? I don't know. Yeah, this I'm currently using as an under eye setting powder because using this all over the face, I don't enjoy it. Using this as an under eye setting powder, I really do enjoy this. So I am trying to use this one up like this. I also tried using up this one. That's why it's that dirty. I did try using this up, scraping it into one of my very light bronzers because this is too dark for me. But I just decided it's not worth the hassle. This is such a cheap product. I don't care. I have enough bronzers that work for me perfectly fine. I don't need to try and use this one up. This is a contour powder though, I know, but it's too dark for me, even in the summertime. But this one is really nice, so I want to use it up as an under eye setting powder. Another one I do have open is this NYX HD finishing powder. This I also got gifted by a friend of mine. This was in the advent calendar and she doesn't use this powder. And I use this, but I mostly use this for Halloween looks because it's a stark white and it really worked perfectly fine to, I don't know, whiten up. Okay, you cannot see anything swatching it, but on their face it really is white. So it worked very nice to set my white base in my Halloween look. And that's the way I use this. And I didn't really use it otherwise, but yeah, this is one I do own. I also do own the Studio Fix by MAC Cosmetics. It's the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in NC10. Again, I am counting these as normal powders because I use them as normal powders. Maybe not as heavily as other powders, but yeah, I do use them on top of a liquid foundation. This I tried out and it was really, really nice. I'm looking forward using this so much, but I thought this is so odd. I want to use this one up first and then start using this regularly, but I wanted to try it out because I never tried the MAC, any MAC powder actually, so, or any powder foundation, so I really wanted to try it and it was very, very nice when I did try this one. Only 4 more powders to go. I have this one. I never used it, but this is opened. I bought the second hand and this is the LH Cosmetics or Linda Hallberg Cosmetics blotting powder. And again, as I mentioned, I never used it, but I did purchase it secondhand, so it was a little bit used. And yeah, I am looking forward using this as well. I have another new to me. Well, all of the powders that I'm still showing you are new to me, and I still have 4. I just miscounted. I now have still 4 that I want to show you. Again, this is new to me, MAC Cosmetics. This is the light mineralized skin finish in the shade Natural. And this is what I really, really wanted for a long time because I wanted something with a little bit of a sheen. This is not totally matte. And yeah, that's why I wanted it. And that's why I purchased it. Because normally I only use like matte powders. This Lily Lolo one is an exception. So yes, this one. Then I have the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blood Mattifying Powder. This one I purchased during my holidays in the UK because a few years ago, several years ago actually, I was in the UK and I did purchase quite a few Soap and Glory makeup items, which I absolutely loved. And when I went back for holidays this time around, I checked out the Soap and Glory makeup stand and it was so little product there. I was very disappointed, but I found this one which I wanted to try out. If I can't open it, I cannot open it. Oh, no. So this is the powder, and yeah, I did not try it out yet. Next up, I have this L'Oreal Infallible 20-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. And does it say which color this is? Not really. 20 Ivory. I don't know if this was the lightest shade. Whoops. Okay. There we go. I don't know if this was the lightest shade. I do think this is quite dark for me. I tried it out, I think last week or so, because I was curious, and I think I can make it work, but we will see. This is also one of my newer powders, so I still want to focus on this one first. But yeah, this was quite nice. Even though I told you I am only showing you items that I didn't try out. Anyway, the last one is by Tarte Cosmetics, and it is this Shape Tape pressed powder in the shade 10N Fair Neutral. And again, I did not use this. This is how this one is looking like. It's very yellow toned, but that's something I prefer over a pink leaning tone because I have a lot of redness going on, and I think pink toned powders just enhance that, and yellow kind of corrects it a little bit. So yeah, that's the last one I wanted to show you. And that's it for my powder collection. And now I have a lot of powder. I absolutely know, again, I told you I was down to, I think, the Manhattan and the Santé one, and probably the NYX one. And then I purchased all of the other ones after that. Anyway, this is my current powder collection. I am trying to downsize it currently. I already used up 2 powders this year. I used up this one. Well, this year. I finished it this year. The first one of these, and I did finish the Maybelline Fit Me powder or powder foundation. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm hopefully on my way to finish more of these. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you enjoy these kind of inventory videos. Should I keep doing them with different categories? Do you want me to even tell you more about these items, to talk less and just show you what I have? Let me know. I would be interested if I should keep going with these, and yeah, how I should structure these. Again, maybe this is one of several parts in an hour-long video or so. But for now, this is just a powder video. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you again very, very much for watching. I'm super, super thankful for everyone who watches my videos, because I know I'm not showing my face, I'm just talking to you. But yeah, I hope maybe with this you can get a little bit more of insight what I actually do own. And yeah, I wish you a very, very nice day. Bye!